Good morning EDJ, welcome everyone to your favorite radio program in the French Riviera. I am Léa Dutroux, your host for your weekly Morning EDJ show. Also, hi Roman, if you hear us. Your dear Nina Royer is absent today, but fortunately for you, Mathieu Marinck is still among us, and today we have the pleasure to welcome Lola Robertson. How are you guys today?
Fine, and you?
I'm very good. Today's headlines: a new prime minister in France this morning, an impossible Christmas truce on the Ukrainian front line, and Selena Gomez finally getting engaged. But first, here's a little sneak peek of today's weather with Mathieu.
This morning, grey skies prevail over the northern half of the country. Some freezing fall is possible in western Bourgogne. In the south, rain will fall in Languedoc-Roussillon, Provence, and the southern Alps. Temperatures will be 2 degrees in Strasbourg, 5 in Paris, 6 in Brest, 12 in Nice, and the high in Ajaccio with 15 degrees.
It's right now 8:13 a.m., your news bulletin of the week, right after the jingle. Kidnapping, detention, remember the disappearance of Morgan, 13 years old. Since yesterday, the suspect has been charged with the abduction of a minor and the rape of a minor under 15 years old. During his last hearing, the 21-year-old man claimed to have a consensual sexual relationship with the victim. A mixed Christmas truce, Moscow with reported discussions with Hungary about a possible Christmas truce on the Ukrainian front line yesterday afternoon. According to Viktor Orban, these discussions ended with a refusal from Volodymyr Zelensky. This further divides expectations regarding the Hungarian Prime Minister's peace mission 2.0. Violent armed theft of aid lorries and at least 35 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli strikes in Gaza yesterday. Among them, 12 people were guarding incoming aid lorries and local medics. In a separate Israeli attack, 15 people were killed near Nuseirat refugee camp, according to the civil defense. They deserve a second chance. U.S. President Joe Biden has issued presidential pardons to 39 Americans convicted of known violent crimes, but also commuted the sentences of nearly 1,500 other people. Earlier this year, Biden issued another full pardon to military personnel and veterans who were convicted of an offense based on their sexual orientation. But remember that he issued as well a controversial pardon to his son Hunter earlier this month. 8 years ago, Donald Trump was entitled Person of the Year by Time magazine. Surprisingly or not, the 47th President of the US has been entitled one more time, mainly for marshalling a comeback of historic proportions and driving a once-in-a-generation political realignment that had reshaped the American presidency and altered the US's role in the world. As of a reminder, Joe Biden will leave the White House on January the 20th, 2025, when Trump will be inaugurated. Forever begins now. This is the caption under Selena Gomez's last Instagram post, in which we clearly can see a large engagement ring. The 32-year-old singer has revealed that she is engaged to songwriter Benny Blanco. This announcement comes after the couple confirmed their relationship last year. Pop star Taylor Swift was among the famous figures to offer congratulations. Now, to continue with the political sphere, who will replace Michel Barnier at Matignon with only a few hours until a decisive announcement? The battle of predictions is raging. We take stock with Mathieu Marinck.
Following the resignation of Michel Barnier, Emmanuel Macron faces a political issue. Finding a prime minister capable of avoiding another vote of no confidence in the Assembly. The names are multiplying, the alliances are forming, but who will hold the rope? First, François Bayrou, the president of the Modem, a loyal ally of Macron, is one of the favorites. He is reaching out to the left and promising not to abuse the Article 49.3, but his image divides. On the left, Olivier Faure says he's not the right choice. Even Nicolas Sarkozy knows mincing his word behind the scenes. Then there is also Bernard Cazeneuve, the former socialist prime minister, is back in the discussion. Supported by some centrist deputies, is the environment of compromise. Problem, his link with the Socialist Party remains fragile. Another possibility is Sébastien Lecornu, the current Minister of the Armed Forces. Discreet, a Gaullist close to Sarkozy and Macron. His profile reassures the opposition but divides the government. Some see him as a concession of the Rassemblement National, which could put the brakes on his appointments. And finally, there is Catherine Vautrin, a former minister under Nicolas Sarkozy, already considered for 2022. She's back in the running. Respected on the right, she knows how to smooth things over with the left. Finally, a surprise cannot be ruled out. Emmanuel Macron likes to make a splash. Why not a lesser-known name capable of uniting across party lines? An unexpected solution could well emerge. The Prime Minister is due to be appointed this morning.
Now, with the recent downfall of Syria, Lola, let's recap the situation over there.
It's the end of era in Syria. Bashar al-Assad regime has collapsed. A coalition of rebel groups led by the Islamist Ayat Tahrir al-Salam has taken control of the capital after 11-day lightning offensive. On Telegram, the group's leader proclaimed the beginning of a new era for Syria. He has reportedly already met the Syrian Prime Minister Mohamed El-Jalali to discuss the transition of power. Where is Assad? In exile in Moscow, sure, Bashar al-Assad left Syria on Saturday evening aboard a private plane. 48 hours after the events, the Russian deputy foreign minister confirmed that the former head of state was in Moscow. After the power take reaction has been overwhelming, Emmanuel Macron welcomed the end of what he called a state of barbarism. Joe Biden spoke of a historic opportunity for Syrians while warning of the risk of uncertainty. I must congratulate the Syrian people, while several European countries, including Germany and Sweden, suspend asylum application from Syrian refugees. But this overthrow is not just about one man, is it about half a century of rules? The fall of Assad family marks the end of 50 years of rules. Assef el-Assad took over the country in 1907. On yesterday, Syrians desecrate his grave. His son Bashar al-Assad succeeded him in 2000 at the head of an authoritarian regime dominated by the Single Ba'ath Party. The civil war that took out in 2011 after the violent repression of pro-democracy demonstration has turned the country into an international battleground. Between 2011 and 2022, more than 300,000 civilians have been killed, according to the UN. The conflict has also forced 6.8 million people to flee their homes and 16.9 million to seek refuge abroad. The regime has been accused of using chemical weapons against its own citizens, but it should not be forgotten that the Assad regime survived thanks to the strong support from countries such as Iran and Russia, two countries currently in conflicts. Even so, before his overthrow, Bashar al-Assad controlled the west of the country and his mother citizens against Islamist groups. Syria is now entering a period of uncertainty. What does the future hold for these battery countries?
And as it is almost the end of our show, let's debate about a fact that happens somewhere in the world, yet not so far from us. So today, why not talking about the Miss France pageant beauty contest that will take place actually tomorrow at night at approximately 9 p.m. on TF1. So, are you going to watch it already or not?
I don't know.
Me, I don't watch Miss France because I think it's too long.
Too long?
Yeah, and it gets boring a lot because there is a lot of candidates and
a lot of ads.
Yeah, and the show ends at midnight or a lot after, so it's long to have the results.
Late.
And Lola, you're not going to watch it too?
I don't think so. I think it's the question that every French people ask her, like, I'm going to watch it or I don't care. But I don't think I will watch it.
But it's one of the most popular TV show in France.
Yeah, for the old population, I think, and maybe also little girl teens, because when I was very, very young, I was every year I was watching this.
Yeah.
Like I was imagining myself walking also on the line.
It's a French tradition, I think.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
also in the world, because there's Miss
Yeah.
Universe, so in every country.
Maybe to dynamize the show, maybe to modernize the election, it could be a good thing. I like Jean-Pierre Foucault, but he's like a whole man, and maybe to put
Yeah.
someone else, it can be good.
Yeah,
Mm.
but people will accept that, the change.
Yeah.
I don't know. Young people, as us, I think they will accept it, but old people, with their mentality, I think it will be really complicated yet to accept them that.
And before we started the debate, Mathieu, you told me that apparently it's a jury and fully
Yeah, it's
composed of women.
only women.
Yeah.
There is the president of the jury is Sylvie Vartan,
Yes.
and she took
Which is 80
only
years old.
Yeah, but she's a woman, and I think it's good to have women to judge women and not to have men to judge women, such as last year. I think so. There is a lot of men in the jury, so
Yes.
it can be good to
And do you
have
think it's
only women.
a better way to judge? I mean, is it better to have a young jury composed of women, or just like an older jury, like Sylvie Vartan was like 80 years old?
But I think so. There is some young celebrities in the jury. It's a large panel of women. There is young and old.
Yeah, but I think it's better to have young people, to have new mentality.
Yeah,
and
nowadays it's better.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
They are more
maybe-
qualified about the
The change of the
Okay. And is there any stereotype that you've seen in this show? Like, for example, only women between 18 and 34 years old must contest. And also, there's about the height, the size, like it's 1 meter, 70
Yeah.
centimeter
and
minimum.
I think last year they accept some women married.
Oh.
I think it just passed the last year. I need to
And
watch
some
it.
stereotypes we can talk about. Eve Gilles, the
Yeah.
Miss France, she was criticized about her hair because she has short hair, and it was the first time in history to have a Miss with short hair.
Yeah,
so
different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also in Spain, I don't know when it was, but there was a transsexual woman, actually, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
And she
that
put-
was also
she
allowed.
Yeah, she
Last
was
year.
on Miss Spain or Miss Universe or World.
She was in Miss Universe, but
Yeah,
she was
I think
from
so.
Spain, I think.
And
Yeah.
on the jury there is Sylvie Vartan, but also Marie-Josée Pérec, Christina Cordula, Fovoto, Nawel Madani, Katia Bunyatishvili, the pianist,
Yeah.
Flora Coquel, whole Miss France, and so there is a large panel. There is some young,
Okay.
such as Flora.
Can be a good idea. We have different point of view.
But I think that if there is only young women, there will be no diverse point of view, so
Yeah.
it can be good. Maybe there
It's a
will be
tricky
a
question.
And I don't know if you saw this, but every year, I don't know when it started exactly, but there's an IA computer that always tries to, predict who is
Yeah.
gonna be the winner. And actually, it's not. It always targets quite well. Like I'm not that sure if last year he knew already who won, but I think it appears that his prediction was right. And so this year he predicts that Miss Guadalupe
Yeah, and
is going to be
Martinique, I saw that.
also
I
one
think
of they are the top 5.
Okay, but maybe it's a question to talk about, because what are the criteria to judge
Yeah,
the
for this
women based on?
What the takes to have
Yeah.
an opinion? I don't know. It's a great question.
I don't know. It's about ethics, maybe. I don't know, the beauty, because there is also the culture, the test of intelligence.
It's maybe.
I don't know if
Yes.
the AI took it, but
Or the support of his region.
Do you think it's a good thing also to make them pass the general knowledge test?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because there will be
Just not a beauty is more than that,
Yeah.
I think.
Because also they have to deliver a speech at some point, like what
because
they
the speech
want to
is
do.
all
It's not just
the
beauty,
same,
it's
maybe.
the way to speak, it's the intelligence, it's
I
we
want
need
the peace in the
to
world.
To get to know them, yeah.
yeah,
Speak.
we need to show more than just a physique.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Mr. France? Because I just don't know when it is, and I never hear about this.
I don't know.
You're
I
not
know there is
Mathieu, you're
a
not
contest,
interested in
but
participating.
no, I don't think so.
I'm sure
so
you will
beautiful
win.
about
You will
that,
win,
but-
certainly.
But I don't know about this context. I know it exists, but is it the same dates? It's not on television, so maybe it's
But
a
why is
problem.
it not on television? Like, why is it less famous? Why women first and men after?
Oh, it's
Just
a
when
good
it's
question.
about beauty, it's stupid.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe you can talk about you can talk to TF1 to make this context.
It can be fun. It's to treat men as women,
Right.
like during this emission.
Yes. And to see them also deliver a speech and pass a general knowledge test.
We need to ask to a
Yeah.
channel to take this. It's a
Yeah.
good idea.
All right, and here we are. This is the end of your Good Morning EDJ show. Thank you, Mathieu and Lola. Thanks for listening to us. And let's wish Nina a great recovery too.
Yes.
Stay tuned and very
Bisous.
safe till the next episode next week. See you soon et bonne journée.
Bye.